So, what should you charge for real estate photography? One way you might like to calculate your fee is to use this formula. Let me bring that up nice and big. So, it's looking at business expenses plus your salary times time shooting, plus travel fee, plus editing, and plus your value, plus profit margin, and that equals your fee. So to work out what you should charge for photography, you would set your value for each of those elements, add them together, and you've got your pricing. Now, some of these values are objective and clearly defined, and some are very fuzzy and hard to pinpoint, but they are still values that you need to set. So what we do is we add up all of those expenses, and let's say it's $15,000 per year. So then we need to calculate what those expenses are per shoot. And it's important here that you conservatively estimate how many shoots you'll do. So let's say that you estimate that you'll do 400 photo shoots per year. So we take $15,000 and divide it by 400, and that equals $37.50 as the cost for doing each individual shoot. So calculate your cost per shoot and write that value into the formula like this. The next element we need to calculate is your salary and what you want to be earning for your time spent shooting. So what's that time worth to you? Now, you don't want to add anything else to this. So we're only factoring in your time shooting, not your time doing other things, okay? We're only factoring in your time shooting. So if a shoot takes you 1 hour, is that 1 hour worth $200? Maybe $50? Whatever it is, define what that value is for you and drop it into our formula. And remember, you can always adjust this later once you see all of your numbers in here. But for now, let's go with $50 per hour. So your salary equals $50 multiplied by however long it takes you on site to do each type of photo shoot that you do. So ultimately, this value will vary. If it's a 1 hour shoot, then you add $50. If it's a 4 hour shoot, you add $200. Okay, does that make sense so far? All right. Next up, we have our travel fee. So for this, we're concerned with your average time spent going to a shoot and what that time is worth to you. So for example, if you typically spend 20 minutes driving to a photo shoot, then what's 40 minutes in the car worth to you? And remember, we're not adding in other costs here because we've already factored in your vehicle expenses into your cost per shoot. So all you need to work out is what's 40 minutes of time for you. So in our example, let's say it's $30 for that time. And I mean, you can obviously adjust that for shoots that are further away, but on average, let's drop this into our formula like this, and we'll put down $30 as our travel fee for shoots within a normal distance from where we're based. Now, the next thing to factor in is your editing and what you'll charge for that. So if you do your own editing, what do you need to charge for your time for editing a typical photo shoot? Or if you typically outsource your photo editing, you'll add that value in here instead. So, for example, let's say you outsource your editing, you're doing 20 photos for this package, and it costs you $2 per photo to edit. So therefore, you would add $40 for your editing cost into the formula, and obviously adjust that value for your different photo shoot packages, depending on the normal number of images that you deliver. Next, we need to factor in the value that you bring to your clients. And by that, I mean, how does your experience help your clients achieve the results they want? So if your images are awesome and if you're getting fantastic results, then that would suggest you set a pretty high price for this. We also want to factor in your brand and where you are positioned as a business. So, are you a luxury brand, which means you charge more, or are you a low cost brand? We also want to factor in or consider your local market because a high end brand in a small town would charge less than a high end brand in a big city because real estate prices will be lower. And so the value benefit that you bring to the real estate agent's commission fee is lower. So allow that to guide you as well. So now, when we want to set a price for one of our services, we just punch all of the numbers into the formula. So let's say it's for a shoot where we spend 1 hour on site. Okay, so we add up all the numbers and we get $197.50 as the fee for this particular service. Now, in terms of what you personally make from this, from that $197.50, we take away the $37.50 in expenses. We take away the $40 for outsourcing the photo editing, and we'll take away the $20 profit margin because although it's your profit, we're going to set it aside in a special bank account. So it's not something you get right now, and that's the point of having a profit margin value. So when we do all that, it leaves you with $50 for shooting, plus $30 for your travel fee, plus $20 for your brand or for your value, and adding that up gives you a take-home fee of $100 for that photo shoot. Of course, once you've estimated your numbers, you don't absolutely have to stick with them. So if you think you need to make some changes, then that's okay. But just be aware of what you're changing and the impact that has for your business. So again, as an example, if you feel that you need to drop your price because you think it's a bit high, what value will you remove from this formula? Now, maybe you'll reduce the number you attach to your value, or maybe you'll remove your profit margin. But then if you're not operating with a profit and you're not setting money aside, then I'd question maybe whether you really have a business or whether all you've got is a job with fairly low job security. Okay, so in summary, if you want to know what you need to charge in your market based on your expenses and everything else that is unique for you, use this formula. Business expenses plus salary times time shooting plus travel fee and plus editing plus your value plus profit margin, and that equals your photography fee or your video fee or your Matterport fee or any other service that you offer. Hey, if you like that, then here's another video you might enjoy. Or if you'd like me to work with you on your business, then send me an email and ask about my coaching program, or send me any other questions you've got. Here's my email address, Daryl@builderphotographybusiness.com. Thanks again. I'll see you on the next one.